It's a fish. You done turned to a queen. It's official. Shining bright. Don't let them go and dim your light. Been a sunflower all your life. All your life. It's all up to you. You know you're the truth. You a true definition of a queen. Definition of a queen.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Official Queen K, and I'm back with another video. Y'all, welcome to episode 2, the mental health series. So today's topic is, what is depression and what causes it? So I'm gonna ask y'all know what depression is? No? Okay, I'll let y'all know. I'll give you all the insight on what depression is. Being sad here and there, you know, that's cool. Like, everyone gets sad once in a while. Everybody go through something, you know? But being sad on a day-to-day basis to the point where you lose interest in the activities you once loved, or you just can't continue with your day-to-day routine on a daily basis, like 7 days a week. Okay, you can't get out of bed, you won't eat, you just down and out. It's a sign of depression. That's a part of what depression is. It is so many things that can cause depression, but it all starts within the brain. Here are a few examples of what can cause depression: drugs or alcohol, or even medication prescribed by your own doctor, which I personally believe that doctors and the healthcare system should focus, before they give someone who's dealing with depression or any type of mental illness, they should first dig deep into the background of their patient. Because some of the medication that they do give people out here can cause you depression. It can put you in a bad mind space. It can cause all types of mental illness. And sometimes the patients don't even know. So that's something the healthcare and the doctors need to work on. Depression or mental illness could also be genetic. It can flow within your family's bloodline, which a lot of people don't know. When I first found out I had depression, well, not the first time, but like later on down the line, I really had to ask my mom and my dad, has anyone ever suffered from a mental illness in our family? My dad's side, he said they didn't. But my mom, she said that it was, I want to say it was her grandpa, I'm not too sure, who committed suicide before. When she said that, I was aware, and that's when I really wanted to like come forward and just break this generational curse. Because I don't want my kids to go through what I went through mentally. I don't want them. It could be severe life stresses, such as someone passing in your family that you were truly close to, or even financial issues. It's really the little things that blow things up, honestly. Like, outsiders probably like, oh, that's just so little. Why would she be depressed about that? But you never know. Like, it's probably a big thing to that person. So, life stresses, it's a trigger for a lot of people. And even medical conditions could cause depression within someone's life. Like, for example, let's say someone get into a car accident or something, or have cancer. And you know, the changes within their body, they can't do as much as they used to or as much as they want to. And a lot of people get down on that, and it causes them to be in a dark place. Yeah, y'all, we gotta be aware of some of these things, because you never know who you have around you that's going through something. Or when you do, like if somebody you know or even you are going through some of these things, then you'll be able to know the signs. You'll be able to help the next person, you know? And lastly, if it's a long-term depression, 9 times out of 10, it's an imbalance within the brain. something that's been traumatic, genetic, like I said. So if you feel like you or someone you know are going through these things, click out of this video and go get help. I'll leave the number right here if you need a suicide hotline. I found out I had depression maybe back in 2000. Well, I knew I had it in high school when I first attempted suicide, and when I finally realized I was going through depression. But when I was actually diagnosed back in 2019, last year, I was just confused. I was really trying to figure out like why out of so many years are they just now telling me that I'm diagnosed with major depressive disorder. I didn't know how to take it, but I knew that I didn't want to be labeled as that. I knew I didn't want to stay in that type of space or have that cross on my mind, thinking like, damn, people gonna look at me different if I tell them, well, I have major depressive disorder. Some stuff you have to mark that down on the paper, and I never wanted, I don't know if that type of stuff like your mental illness or when you go to the hospital stuff be on your background check, but I never want to show the signs because nobody's about to label me at all. I was in a better mind space than I previously was when I first found out. And you know, this whole year all I wanted was to get that label off me. I'm not depressed. I'm not major depressive disorder. I'm not my mental illness. Like, no, I'm not about to sit here and continue on the day-to-day life, sitting here moping because I have an illness. Sorry, not me. And although there's really no cure to depression that I know of, and also you guys, I'm not a doctor. I'm just going based off of what I've been through. So keep that in mind. So back to what I was saying. There's really no cure to depression. You just have to have the drive of, this is not me. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to find coping ways to get through this. I'm going to become a better me. Because nobody wants to stick in depression. Like, your life will just keep getting darker and darker. And at times, y'all, at times, some people use that as an excuse to why they act the way they do. And sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. And with people like that, you need to watch the signs. Them continuously doing something over and over. Or they'll do something and be like, well, I'm depressed. I'm suicidal. Because, yes, sometimes that may be the case, but all the time it's not the case. It's like, you know, definitely someone that's going through depression, like dead ass going through the stuff, they probably wouldn't even have enough time to do that or even want to do all that. Or use that as an excuse. Because some people, like I was, are embarrassed to even say that out their mouth. Well, I'm depressed. I'm suicidal. That's why some people don't even let you know. That's another tip to keep in mind. As I come to an end of this video, I want to give you all 5 tips that helped me during my process of it. 1, I forced myself to start eating again. Literally. Even if it made me feel sick, I forced myself to start eating. That's why I look like a Oompa Loompa, okay? No, I'm just playing. 2, I got back into what I like to do. Not cross country, well, not like physically, but like the little thing. I started off with the little things first. I started writing again. I started doing blogs. I started YouTube. And like, I was just finding things that I love. I was keeping myself busy to the point where I was like, okay, today I'm gonna do this. I started going for walks, like exploring nature and stuff. I started going back to class. I started caring about me and my well-being and all that. Because I was forcing myself. Through this whole healing process, I've been forcing myself. It's hard. It's hard to get back up. It's hard. It's hard to motivate yourself. I started sticking sticky notes on my headboard of my bed, like with quotes, Bible verses, to so that I can wake up to that every day. So that even though I may have an attitude, I could look at that and be like, okay, today's gonna be a good day. And another one, when I do get into a bad mood or I like start thinking negative and stuff, because I'm a bad overthinker. I overthink a lot of stuff, which I'm getting good at, kind of. But I'm an overthinker. I have to force myself to change a negative into a positive. Like, for example, I can be like, well, I don't look pretty today. But then I have to turn around and say, okay, well, that's just today. And then I, you know, get myself dressed up. I'm like, damn, I'm a bad bitch.
Period, sir.
Build my confidence back up. I was insecure. I'm not insecure no more because, bitch, who? So, yeah, like, it brought a lot of self-love to me. And I made sure that every journal I received or every journal I bought, it was only positive stuff in there. Or business plans or stuff I want to do, you know, goals. And lastly, like, get a piece of paper, write out all your goals. And one by one, even if it takes a month, a week, a day, hell, a year, I'll try to work on that goal, and once I complete it, I mark it off and I go on to the next. So those are just a few tips that could probably help you or someone you love. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure that you stay tuned and you'll be on the lookout every weekend for my mental health series. This is only episode 2. If you haven't already watched episode 1, I'll leave the link in my description, or you could just go back and click on the video. I hope I see y'all next time, and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be tuned in to episode 3.